All right, welcome to another edition of Open Mic Wrestling Night here on Filling the Void Podcast Network by way of Spreaker. My name is Dave, as per usual. Please go check us out, Spreaker.com/filling_the_void. Let me get the show plugs out really quick so that I get them done and out of the way. We have many different shows here. We have the new pilot of Clerks Minute coming up next month. Go check us out. You can check us out, Fill in the Void Podcast Network on Facebook, or you can go on our Instagram at Fill in the Void PN for all your latest updates on new programming that might be coming your way. You also got many different shows. Oh God, let me just go through the whole lineup. Boy Meets Retrocast, Full Circle Podcast, Hit Points Gaming, Indie Power Rankings, the Singles Top 10 and the Tag Team Top 5, Making the Pieces Fit, Messy Magical Motherhood, Nerd Herders, Open Mic Wrestling Night, The Blake and Sal Show, The Indie Artist Realm, Travis and Vic's Drunken Horror Adventures, and Whatever It Takes, a Degrassi Podcast. It's a lot to go through, and I made a mistake a couple of weeks ago, and I really don't want to miss anything. But I will point out a big Friday tomorrow. The Blake and Sal Show has a big show coming for you tomorrow. You must tune in and listen into this. This is pretty good stuff. And then, of course, Nerd Herders tomorrow night, live, 9 Eastern, where they talk about their recommendations. Their recommendations on what? Well, movies, comic books, anything of that sort. They will be live discussing that tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, and Blake and Sal Show will be up tomorrow, I think at 10 a.m. Eastern. But anyway, they'll be up early in the morning. You can check it out all day. And again, check out all of your favorite shows. Most of us are on iHeartRadio. You can go follow the shows and do all that good stuff. So, oh God, and right away I'm watching NXT on the other screen, and I'm catching up from last week before I jump into yesterday's show because I really haven't had a chance to keep up. But what a week it was in wrestling this past week. I'm going to get into something a little bit later in regards to the independents. I should have brought this up on the singles top 10 yesterday, but I didn't think of it until now. But I'll bring that up on the second half of the show. For right now, I'm going to talk about Battleground. Yeah, there was another pay-per-view. And yes, it sucked. it wasn't good at all. The only thing that I think saved this pay-per-view, to be quite blunt, was the opening contest. The opening match was the New Day, who defeated the Usos to become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Two things. One, I still hate that they call it Raw and SmackDown Tag Champions. Can't they call it like World and WWE like they did back in the day? But that's besides the point. That's just a gripe that I have internally with the current product in which it's going on right now. So yeah, the New Day versus the Usos, that was match of the night, easily. And here's a statistic that Xavier Woods pointed out on a WWE.com exclusive interview. This was the first time, and now the New Day are 3-time tag team champions, and they also hold the title of the the longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history, which is a big honor in of itself. But now they're the new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. They defeated the Usos. Now, I believe I said that the New Day was going to take this. I'm not so sure. But I feel that they needed to. The match itself was outstanding. And to the point that I was making, I kind of drifted off here for a second. Xavier Woods pointed out that this is the first time that he made a pinfall victory to win a championship in the WWE, which for him, obviously he got emotional. It was a big deal for him. And Xavier Woods has been doing a lot in the world. I mean, if you follow the video gaming, he's been doing up, up, down, down. He's been going all over the place with it. CEO, where he played Kenny Omega in, I believe, Tekken. And then he winds up going to Evo, which I believe was his first trip. And he was playing the likes of Maximilian and many more. But other than the Page scandal, which was a lot of nonsense to begin with, and he got crap for it, but it's been a big 2017 for Xavier Woods, and it just keeps going. I'm glad for somebody like him that he keeps on doing good things. And the New Day are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and this needed to happen, like I was kind of alluding to before. This needed to happen because both tag team divisions, well, I'll go all three tag team divisions right now, because for a while there, NXT has been like the standard for tag team wrestling, at least in this era's wrestling, with the likes of the Revival, DIY, later Authors of Pain, TM61. Most recently, Heavy Machinery, which they had the tag team match a couple weeks ago, and it was a really good tag team match between Heavy Machinery and Authors of Pain. But you're not going to. It's like the women's division of NXT from a little while ago when Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha left. It kind of left Bayley to be the flag bearer for the new crop of women that were kind of coming up. Now Asuka's been that way for over a year, and now the new crop of women that are coming in, the matches are really just top notch again. You know, with Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott and Ember Moon. You know, that's picking up. The New Day being the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, I don't want to say it brings in they're obviously one of the top 5 merchandise sellers of the company. And the guys, like, they're pushing the merch. They really need to be the face of whatever brand or brands they're going to be on. And the Usos, face, heel, whatever, just, they reinvented themselves. It worked for a little bit when they had their thing with American Alpha and then Breezango. It needed to end. I hate to say. I just would hope with such top draws as the New Day are, that this will help make the tag team divisions, or more particularly the SmackDown Live tag team division, to be a little bit more competitive again. Teams will step up their game. Maybe they'll allow tag team wrestlers, to actually, wrestle, to, although Breezango have been quite entertaining over the last couple of months. Their fashion police files have been very entertaining. And, you had the Revival who were going up against the Hardys, and Sheamus and Cesaro are doing their things as Raw tag team. But, okay, what tag team division do they really have? I mean, both divisions are suffering. So, to have guys of the New Day's caliber, they needed to be champions again. Whether it's to help get another team over or just to bring more focus onto the tag team division. Like, why aren't these guys holding the straps? Well, now they are. And from here on out, we'll kind of see where they go from here. I'm sure we'll see a rematch with the Usos maybe at SummerSlam. We'll get to SummerSlam a little bit later on. But who knows what will come from here. And now with Jason Jordan now going on as being, Kurt Angle's illegitimate son. Like, Jesus, come on. Which is so stupid in and of itself. But now you split up American Alpha. You're obviously trying to concentrate Chad Gable into singles, which he hasn't been doing that bad. He's been wrestling guys like AJ Styles, and he's been doing really, really well. So hopefully something else will come of tag team wrestling, in the near future. I would really hope so. I would really hope so. Then you had Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Baron Corbin via disqualification by way of a blatant low blow. Now, okay, I get it that you kind of want to keep that feud going, I assume, but I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit here with SmackDown, but I'll jump to it a little bit later. This match was okay. Nakamura in NXT was having these top quality matches, and I'm not saying that Corbin's not capable of it, but this match I feel could have been a lot better. It was very bland, kind of boring. And then it ended with a BS call like that. I really don't have much to say other than they're really watering down Nakamura, and you can tell the real difference between NXT and WWE. NXT lets them showcase what got them to the dance in the first place, and WWE is just, the main roster is just knocking them down. For whatever reason that may be, I don't know, but it is what it is. Natalya has won the fatal 5-way elimination match to earn the right to challenge the SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi at SummerSlam. Match aside, I'm happy with the result. I've said it before about Natalya. Natalya, she came... Right now, this women's revolution is coming on at the wrong time of Natalya's career, where a lot of her talents, she was highly regarded as one of the better wrestlers of the women at the time of the Divas era of women's wrestling, it's a shame that she was within that era, and I say the same thing about the likes of Beth Phoenix, and Katie Lee Burchill maybe. They were very talented, and yet their talents